Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hey everyone, checking in on the volatility sector, we'll look at VIX TVIX UVXY XIV. So, VIX, bullish breakout above the upper Bollinger Band and riding above that upper Bollinger Band for multiple days in a row. This is the fourth day in a row we've been above it. Lots of rejections from the upper Bollinger Band on the daily time frame in the past 3 months. We did close above it once, but no follow through the next day, and then we consolidated. So as soon as we closed above it for the second day in a row, that was an indication, okay, the bulls are stronger than we've seen in quite some time. You can see the Bollinger Bands exploding in terms of widening here after they had been in a tight channel, and that is reflecting the big breakout that we are having in price. The weekly time frame here is the highest it has been in months since the election, and we are over key moving average resistances with a breakout on the weekly time frame as well. So the next resistance in terms of previous price action, I would be looking up at 17.95 and 21.48. And we have to keep in mind that these bounces, looking at the past couple of years, we've seen bounces last 2 weeks and 3 weeks on breakouts and a lot of strength. So we need to be aware that these bounces are generally short-lived looking at this weekly history, and we are on week number 2 of this bounce. So we can absolutely see further upside heading into next week. The market ended the week extremely weak, and that's why we're closing here up at the high with the volatility and fear indicator here also seeing some momentum. So we're going to be watching for continuation. An indication that we are going to consolidate in the short term will be a loss of the upper Bollinger Band support. So every morning, update that upper Bollinger Band for VIX. It's currently at 1554. It's going to update significantly on Monday. TVIX, same thing. We're in breakout mode above the upper Bollinger Band 3 days in a row. We have broke the lower high pattern on the daily. So we're now looking at resistance of 49 even. We got up to 47.19, and then I'm looking up at 51.80 as another resistance level. We are in breakout mode above the upper Bollinger Band, lose the upper Bollinger Band, and that will indicate that consolidation is coming. The weekly time frame, same story. We've seen 3 green weeks in a row is the longest stretch we have seen for the bulls in a row on the last year and a half on the weekly time frame. So we have some big time bull volume here. There's no doubt about that the past 2 weeks. And we are closing above the exponential resistances for the first time since the election. And we are looking for some follow through, but we just need to be aware again that these bounces historically have been short-lived. UVXY is the exact same setup as TVIX. It's just different price points. We're looking at resistance of 22.53, and then we're looking up at 23.82. Breaking out above the upper Bollinger Band, lose that level, and we'll be looking for consolidation. And if we lose the upper Bollinger Band, we'll be looking down towards the gap fill, which is 18.75 on UVXY, and then down at 40.68 on TVIX. And the weekly time frame for UVXY above exponential resistances, again, 3 green weeks is the most we've seen in a row, keeping that in mind. But a really nice increase in bull volume here on TVIX and UVXY from the first bullish week to the second on that bullish reversal candlestick confirmation. XIV is dumping, and we are rejecting from the lower Bollinger Band resistance. As soon as we broke the support level of 65.96, that was a bearish break leading to lower lows, and we're looking down now at the next support level of 61.23. So the bears are taking over. The weekly time frame losing the exponential support for the first time since the election. Close at the low of the week on increasing bear volume. Bearish TCG cross, bearish MACD cross, and we have the middle Bollinger Band support coming up in the low $60 range to start next week. So the bulls still have control on the volatility sector. We just need to be aware, again, that the bounces are generally short-lived. So what we can be doing, I know a lot of traders that just continually short longer term or buy puts on these names, TVIX, UVXY. Just anticipating the time decay and the overall market trend will continue to stay in their favor, and it will continue to lead to consistent gains. So we do have people scouting for their bearish entries. And again, if you wanted to be more patient, wait for the upper Bollinger Band daily support to be lost to indicate consolidation is coming, or we can be watching. Really, that's personally what I would be doing if I were looking for a bearish entry in these names. I would wait for that upper Bollinger Band to be lost, because otherwise we're remaining in breakout mode, and time again, the low of the day is bouncing and holding that upper Bollinger Band. So we'll see how much more upside that the bulls have coming into this week. And we're going to be watching weekly volume very close, because again, if we do see increased volume as we saw from the past 2 weeks, that will indicate that the bulls still have a lot of momentum in their favor. So volume is on watch, as is the daily upper Bollinger Band on these individual names. I appreciate you watching. Have a great rest of your weekend.